I said I'm Don Jones, and it's nice to be married into the family.
I'm Lee Willson. I am the wife of Richard Willson III, who is Nonny's grandson by her oldest son, and I'm married also.
As she said, I'm Dick's son.
Aren't you going to stand up?
I won't stand up. I'll spare you that.
You need that for posterity.
All right. I'm a graduate student at MIT in Boston.
Whoops, what am I talking to? I'm Ann Wilson, Richard's sister, Dick's daughter, and Nonny's granddaughter, and I'm very proud of her.
I'm a klutz. No, I'm Judy Wilson's daughter of Jim and Penny Wilson. And
Tell us what you do.
I'm junior at U of A, University of Arizona.
Oh, that's
And
wonderful.
I spoke earlier this morning.
I am Betty Hartsock, and Ann and I are double cousins. Our mothers were sisters and our fathers were brothers. And we're not only relatives, but we've been friends all our lives. Now, where does this go? There.
I'm Julie McPhail. My husband John is Ann's nephew, and I think we timed our visit to Hagerstown very well.
I'm the daughter of John and Julie McPhail, and I'm very happy to be here. And happy birthday, Ann.
What's your name, Carrie?
I'm Karen McPhail.
Happy birthday, Aunt Ann. I'm John McPhail, and my mother and Ann are sisters.
I'm Charley Wolf, and I married into the family. My wife, Julia, being Ann's niece. I would like to mention that I have one other relationship to Ann. Her father delivered me.
Very, very happy birthday, and her father couldn't deliver a nicer man.
I'm Willson O'Connell. Can you tell what clan I'm from? By the Wilson. I'm from the Wilson clan. My mother, Mary Wilson, and Anna's husband, Richard Wilson, were brother and sister.
I'm Kenneth McPhail, and I was born into the family. And this is my father, Don, and my mother, Julia McPhail, grandson of Nonny, who is Nonny's sister. I'm going to school at Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island.
Is this the way I hold it? I'm Margaret Harris, the oldest of the Wagamans, of this generation or any other generation. And I'm Ann's cousin. Her father and my father were brothers.
I'm Kelly McPhail. I'm Nonny's granddaughter, who is Nonny's sister, and I go to school at Colby College in Maine.
I'm Jeff Wilson. I am Jim and Penny's son, middle son. I am a senior at the University of Arizona, and I'm looking for a job.
I am Martha Forman, and I'm unmarried, but I love everybody here. And happy anniversary. Happy birthday, Ann.
Tell us your relationship in the family.
Do I know it? After tonight, I'm not confused. I'm confused because Penny thought I was her aunt, Jim's aunt, and I'm Jim's cousin. So, Richard Wilson.
Tell us about your mother.
My mother was Richard Wilson, Ann's husband. A sister. The sister of Ann.
See what you used to do. I think that's.
I was in Girl Scouting for 35 years as a professional staff member. Now I'm retired from Girl Scouting. I make toys and love it. And I also am in the school system. I go to school every day and help the first grade. And I help in the cafeteria. And I just love retirement. Too bad it didn't happen sooner. But Ann, I'm so glad to be here. I love it.
All the news that gets printed
This is the signage was used for Ann Forman's 80th birthday.
I really want it.
In the room. No, I'm not quite. Almost.
Don't say.
Almost. One time we had a waterworks picnic, and I was the oldest, and I got a prize, and I felt so funny. Well.
Wait a minute, Mom. You can't do that till we sing.
Oh.
Okay, everybody. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Come on, live it up. Live it up. Happy birthday, dear Annie. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, thank you. Where do I start? Here?
Well, you can have whatever piece you want, Mom. You take all the icing on if you want.
Always a very delicate card.
Wait a minute now. What are you doing there?
Oh, come on. You got to make it bigger. Make them cubes.
No, Mom. Make them cute pieces. Okay.
Oh. Well, I didn't know.
That's all right.
Well, that's all right.
I'll tell you what, start over here and hit it right about there and come right down with it.
Yeah.
That's it. All the way through. Now, all the way through. That's beautiful.
Beautiful.
But you
We're
have
going
to
to
wipe
eat this
it
thing
off.
up here today. That's all right.
Anything to wipe.
And it's
Wipe on
nice
the
you
plate.
learned how to cut a cake after 80 years.
They had
There
it
you go. There you goes a napkin.
I'm used to serving pieces.
Okay, now the young lady will take over from here,
Yeah,
Mom.
you
if
don't have to
want
do the
quit.
whole deal.
See, you can't do that. You
That's
have
all
to
right. She'll
dip it
take it
in
from
water.
here. She's an
You
expert.
have to dip it in water.
She's an expert.
She's got it. Great.
No, that's fine. She'll take it from here. Okay, now we're going to have a little ice cream and cake. No, he's okay. You just go ahead without him. Oh, also, excuse me, Mike. Also, we're gonna
You want to go home? Thank you.
So, this is about the presentation. What we have is an attempt at presenting the saga.
Walk around here, Jim?
Yeah, here, take this.
Yeah, gotcha.
We have an attempt at presenting the saga of Ann Wilson's life.
Oh my golly! Ooh, I won't have any secrets, will I?
It's not a This Is Your Life because that would be too dramatic. Rather than that, it's a compilation of photographs that we were able to come up with. And as you'll see as we go through it, some of them are rather old, some of them are rather new. So, and then some of you are in some of these photographs, and those of you who did participate in the collection, we want to thank you very much because we're kind of disjointed. We were going to write the thing out and have a real Cecil B. DeMille production, but we ran out of time. So we're going to kind of ad-lib, and Dick and Dave and I are going to extemporaneously handle this thing from the other end. So,
And we're going to ask anybody in the audience that knows anything more about it than we said to say it.
How about that? Isn't that clever?
And by no means are we attempting to embarrass anybody, particularly Mom. We thought it would be fun for you all to see Mom in her previous environment, and all of us as we have come along through the ages.
That'll do you.
Don Jones just had an interesting comment. He wanted to know if the prehistoric rocks there had anything to do with Nonnie's 80th birthday.
No, a little bit beyond that.
Yeah. Okay. This is the saga of Ann Wilson.
That was with the boys.
The saga.
I have a story about that.
Okay.
I had that done for Father's Day, or Richard's birthday, I guess, and the boys were with me. And some salesman came into the office. He said, "Oh my goodness, Wilson, I knew you had 3 boys, but I didn't know you had a daughter." How about that? How about that?
There you go.
Yeah, I never forgot that.
I'm going to go through this as I see it and make a comment, and will you please just jump in, because I'm just going to go and just give very humble beginnings. and as you can see, her father was originally a landscaper, but he went back to school and got his medical degree and became a doctor, and in doing so, he managed to accumulate some wealth. So as she grew, and you see a picture of her over there in the far left. I think one of the children there is Mom. And as time went on, time passed. Her father accumulated some wealth. He was able to buy a house on Oak Hill Avenue, and this is a shot of that famous.
Oh, mercy.
Everybody remembers the house on Oak Hill, and it was one problem: they lacked bedroom space. Let's see, this is a little out of context.
Yeah, I thought so.
No, really, it's okay, because as time went on, the reason we have the cloud pictures in here is this is an expression to represent Mom's abiding love in God and her deep feeling of spiritualism for her fellow man. And every now and then we have one of these in here just to remind us that of the genuine benefits that she's contributed to all of our lives, particularly from the spiritual sense.
I love that. That's sweet, wasn't that, dear? Thank
She
you,
also
dear.
has an abiding love
Thank
for
you.
flowers,
Yep.
and it's appropriate that we should intersperse a few flower pictures here and there. As you can see, we don't have a hell of a lot of pictures of Mom. So.
That's wonderful.
But it has been a lot of fun putting this together. As Mom grew up, she had many suitors, and actually she had many guys who came knocking on her door, a real assortment of people, but it turns out that she finally ended up choosing this guy.
Yeah, that's good. He went to Mount St. Mary's when he was 9 years old, I think.
I think that's a picture.
Oh, I love that
That's a picture of our father when he was about, we think he's about 12 years old at that time. And he's dressed in the mode of the day. And I don't know, anybody want to say anything about that, remembering that picture? Okay.
I love it.
As time went on, they got married. And obviously, they produced 3 sons, 2 of which are shown in the picture here.
That's you in my arm.
I want everyone to notice how beautiful that baby is. Dick, you might comment on the urchin standing to the left.
How do you like the hat, girls?
This is probably taken in about 1934 or 33 or 34, in that range, and that was probably the house on Virginia Avenue where we lived, and until 1940 when we moved to Hamilton Blvd. And this is along about.
There we are. That's the picture.
This is along about the time. I estimate that Mom's age at this time was somewhere in the range of 40 years. And boy, she sure doesn't look it at that point, and she doesn't look 80 now. So it looks like it's working. Whatever she's doing is working, isn't it?
Look at Dick though. How about he looks so, he looks so delicate.
Future Nazi there. Right?
Again, I thought the same thing.
That's right. I find you.
Again, I want to emphasize in all modesty that it's appropriate to notice which of the young sons was the best looking. Again, still me.
Dave.
Hey, I want to say something. We were going to get this picture taken, and I tell you, to get 3 boys after school and get them dressed to go to have their picture taken is a feat. But we did it.
Even then, Penny.
Dave hardly looks like a guy who would be wearing a mustache today. Now, as time went on, we grew, and again, you'll notice here's a picture. I think this picture may be in backwards, but I was having trouble figuring out exactly where it was.
It's okay. It's in our backyard on Hamilton.
Is it? Okay. Is that the back of Shindle's house?
Where's the dog?
Okay.
No, this is
Anyhow,
the picture there.
Anyhow, you'll notice at this point, probably Dick was about 15 and I was about 12 and Dave was about 9.
I wanted to point out that despite my efforts at training them, they grew up anyhow.
Yes, right. Now I wanted to make a point of the fact that you see that Dick had the 3-button suit, which was the mode at the time, and David had the double-breasted suit, which was really class, and I got the leftovers, which was the 2-button in the middle. That's right.
There we are.
Oh, there we are.
Here's an appropriate picture which represents
Nana's 80th.
the 80th birthday of another famous lady, who was our grandmother and Mom's mother, and as you notice, you'll see Mom on the left. I'm not sure of the ages of the people here, but that's Mom and Mitchell and Jim and Mary and Nana in the middle on her 80th birthday. And many of you will remember that party, which was a famous party we had at the Alexander Hotel.
Uncle Jim and Aunt Katie gave it to me.
And that had to be now, 25 years ago, probably, in that range, wasn't it?
Somebody, Mitchell, you know exactly.
Yes. Mother was born in 77. She was born in 77.
1957.
1957, this picture was taken.
I wasn't there because I was in Korea.
And they all look...
That's right.
It's a shame, but
I don't like that.
we were going to comment about the fact that as the boys grew older and went into adulthood, we moved away, and there are appropriate times when Mom can come to visit us, and we get some shortened pictures at that time. And here's a picture of her famous first son sitting next to her in loving admiration. And here's a shot of her second 2 boys in the same position here. And again, I would emphasize the fact that the best-looking one is on the left.
Depends on which way you sit.
Yeah, it depends on whether it's Mom's left or not, right? Now, you know, to find all these pictures of Mom is also was difficult, but to find good pictures of Mom in every case was even more difficult. So we're asking her to bear along with us because the worst is yet to come, Mom.
Oh, is it? Oh, my heavens.
And there's no reflection on you. It's simply that we wanted to find pictures that we felt had the continuity and they didn't all fit together. Here's a shot of Mom and the rest of us in our favorite position, which is sitting down eating. And this was when we were a little bit younger, and we were all a little bit thinner, perhaps. And there's Dad in the background. And here's a shot. That was a shot of Mom. That's when Jill St. John was visiting town, and she's on the right. We didn't want to miss an opportunity to get a picture of her along with Mom. So look how short Penny's skirt is, too. I just noticed that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Quite daring, yeah.
Gee, I had on white gloves. Hot dog.
Hairstyle is daring.
And here we are again in our favorite position. The 2 youngsters, two youngsters in the picture, Jay on the left, and Jeff is in the high chair in his favorite position.
I don't remember that. Isn't that funny? That's at your house.
Probably, it was probably a birthday or something we were celebrating. This is our house.
I think there's a cake.
Oh, yeah, that's birthday.
And again, here we are. Mom was always a take-charge person. Mom was always a take-charge person. Here she is telling Penny how to cut the birthday cake.
Penny's telling her back.
I look as big as a house in that one.
There's a picture of 2 Marine recruits there, joyously awaiting the occasion of the cutting of the cake. John, does somebody want to say something?
Who's that in the back? Behind Dad?
Janet. Did someone want to say something? Now,
There we are, a course line.
We had to spice this up a little bit, so we had to get the course girls in here. And this is a picture of Ann Forman and her three lovely daughters, three of her lovely daughters there. And that's little Ann on the left, and Libby in the middle, and Julia on the right. And Martha was
in the middle.
Martha was out leading the trail probably at the time. And another picture of probably taken about the same day of, and this is Uncle Dave and Mom and Dad and out Smithburg Reservoir.
What's the dog?
I don't know. Remember. Stay a little longer. Okay, come back to that one and let's see what the dog was.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was their dog, wasn't ours.
Probably a dog.
Wasn't ours.
Yeah.
Uncle, you know, ours is the same part. No, that's collie. It's not
This is a
barn.
continuation of the same saga there. Charley Wolf is on the left in the short pants. And Julia, and then Ann, who, for those of you who don't recognize Ann, she was Dad's sister, and she was the mother of all these delightful ladies around here whose names are Forman and Wolf and who else?
That's it.
And Eves and who else is here? That's it, right?
That's it.
And sitting on the ground below are their daughters.
Judy and Barbara.
Oh, it's Peggy?
Peggy lives in Vermont.
Yes.
I think this
That's
is
Barbara.
Barbara on the right. Isn't
Oh,
it?
yes, it is.
That was Martha.
Looks like Margaret Ann to me.
Barbara.
I thought
Well,
it was Martha.
okay, that's Dad in the rear with Mom. And here's a lovely, this is a famous picture of Dad with his sister Ann. And we all have copies of that in our house.
Was that her 85?
75th
birthday. It was 75. I think that was also taken out of Smithburg Reservoir.
No, it wasn't. Charles's backyard.
Oh, Charles Wolf. Charles, did you take this picture?
I did.
Martha took it.
Good for you, Martha.
And Martha had copies made for everybody.
Right.
Enlarged ones.
That sits in our living room.
Marvelous picture.
It's in our den.
Yeah, our den.
And here's a picture of Nonny when she's gone to visit Richard and Lee and Maria.
That's in Kentucky.
This is in, yeah, okay.
We that's our backyard in Kentucky, and you can notice that we have some pretty rough table manners down there.
In the front. The one in the front.
Notice Richard scooping food and Maria apparently pushing.
Maria, the meal looks great. I bet you fixed that.
Sure she
She
did.
did, and I did. Steak.
And poor Lee,
We had
Lee
corn
looks
on the
like
cob.
she's perturbed that she isn't getting in on the meal. And here's the same group.
Same group, but
about to do their Huck
Greenbow
Finn thing
Lake.
on the river.
Greenbow Lake.
Greenbow Lake.
Greenbow Lake.
About 20 minutes from our house.
They were out half a day and didn't get any bites.
Didn't even get a, yes, we did mosquitoes.
Oh.
Got some mosquito bites. Yeah,
That's about all.
And
Oh, my land.
here's a picture of Mom.
I don't
with,
remember that.
That's Judy.
Oh, yeah, that's
That's Judy and her baby.
I like it. Judy.
I don't even
I
remember
don't know
that
either.
dress. I can't.
Judy is Julia's daughter.
That couldn't be Rosebud.
Isn't that Katie?
No, that's not
And there's Mom with one of her famous friends.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's Julia's
That's
kitchen.
out of Joey's kitchen.
Martha's giving her Girl Scout instructions, and Mom's paying close attention. Of course.
For heaven's sake.
And here's a nice picture of.
Oh, that's a good picture.
I think that Martha again took this one.
Oh, I miss Ann, honest.
This is a lovely picture of who's that lovely person on the left?
Does it depend on where you're sitting again?
It must have been one of Ann's famous birthdays. I don't know, but
It might have been
75th.
is that maybe that was it?
Same day?
Yeah,
Oh, it is.
I
Yeah,
bet she had the
yeah.
same dress on.
No, it wasn't. She didn't have the same dress on.
Oh, we got a stuck
Oh,
slide.
as a yard? As a yard?
Judy, get up
kick
and
that.
shake that thing a little bit.
That was
Got a
80.
stuck slide, John. I don't know whether it's. Thank you.
Well,
Nice
look at
touch.
it all the fashion.
It is. The best looking one is on the left this time.
Yeah. That's Ann again, and Mom and Dave. And here's a shot of Mom
Oh,
and Dave
that's a
in the
good
kitchen.
picture. You know where that is.
My 45th.
45th
That's
birthday.
at our kitchen in Kentucky.
And the best chocolate cake.
cake.
Oh,
Why is it
Really bad off the wagon.
Why is it that we think about food so much as we age? And here's a picture of
Wow. Cheesecake.
And there's old
This is
Tank.
Mom in one of her lighter moments with the two dogs that used to belong to us in our backyard shortly after we moved to Arizona, I think.
Uh-huh.
And here's a shot of Mom at the World's Fair with two of her friends. And at that time, she was having a little leg trouble and was pretty smart. She got Dave to wheel her all over the place. And
Knoxville area.
worked out real well. And the neat thing is they get to park in those parking places that are reserved for people who are crippled. So,
well, they let us in the back door, which was great. We weren't in the line.
That's marvelous.
That was wonderful.
That's Rubik's Cube behind it.
A big working model of the Rubik's Cube.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's Rubik's Cube.
No.
Revolving and changing.
It was the Hungarian pavilion, was it? Or what?
Yeah. Now, one of Mom's greatest traits is that she's been known to be perplexed at times.
Where is that? Where is that?
That is in Huntington Galleries.
In spite of moments,
Oh, my heavens.
her moments of perplexity at times, she's also been known to have a hell of a lot of fun when she's out riding around.
That's one of my favorites. That's one of my favorites. I love it. Isn't he cute? He took me a ride. He took me a ride, too.
Kirk the Clown.
And we're closing off now, but this is a shot of Mom and Dick. Is that's over on 28th Parkway.
Yeah.
That's probably a very recent shot.
Yeah,
And
in 81.
we have some others, but we want to re-emphasize that we think of all the joy and happiness that Mom has given us for all the years that we've been around. We want to emphasize that her true understanding of life and its values, and we want to thank her for really being our mom, I guess is the best thing we could say. And let's all remember the value that she has given us, which is a great love of flowers and an enjoyment of life in the world, and certainly of all things, a great understanding.
Oh, look at that face.
My goodness sakes, I forgot something.
Awful.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was going to say one of her most endearing traits is that we selected this because the car door was open, Mom. One of your endearing traits is that she spends a lot of her time giving of herself to other people, and in doing so, one of the jobs that she does is that she says she likes to haul the little old ladies around in her car, taking them to various places, the Bridge Club and the various places around where they have a good times together. So we wanted a picture of you with a car door open.
Oh, that's awful. Frowning like
Here
that.
she is picking up one of her friends, you see, and here's another shot of one of her recent jaunts in downtown Hagerstown with her with her vehicle. Now I guess I want to say that we want
to tie that in.
Really good. Come on, you guys haven't given me much help here.
Hey guys, beautiful downtown City Park.
Yeah. Well, again, I want to emphasize Mom's true love of beauty and understanding of life, and how we all have profited from that, and hopefully we will in continuation. And particularly, we want to thank her for giving us her love of flowers, and this is a picture of her in her garden.
Oh, yeah.
And taken recently. Actually, that was taken at Marriott's Mountain Shadows in Phoenix about 3 months ago. And if the rest, that's a little bit of publicity for Phoenix, but you can see those kind of flowers if you come out and visit us in the wintertime.
In other words, he's saying you can all come.
Yeah.
Stay at his house.
Yeah.
Let's all also thank Mom for her continuing spiritualism and her belief in God, and let us all share that happiness that we feel with her today. And that's the end of the whole show.
That was great. I was a little scared, I'll tell you.
No,
You have a lot to live up to,
Oh,
Ann,
I
don't
sure
you?
do, don't I?
That's great. Thanks.
I don't know if John did it or...
No, that was great.
I did it. I saw a firefly.
Well,
Oh, we have some gifts over here, just some fun gifts. Yeah, okay, all right, good.
Oh, my gracious.
You want to give them first, or you want to give them slides and photographs to us? We've got your photographs here, and we'll get them back to you the next day. And also, those of you who wrote letters, which we put into an album for Mom to commemorate this occasion.
Nice.
And we put them on waterproof paper in case she wants to cry a little bit.
Oh, isn't that just lovely? Oh, thank you. That's just a treasure. Oh, is that great? And my napkin and my,
We'll put your
my
invitation
coaster.
a little bit and stuff.
Oh, that's just lovely.
Dick, I thought you were going to say it in case you wanted to read it in the bathroom.
I'm going to have to cry. I'm going to have to cry. Oh, is that good?
Mom, those are probably best read at a moment when you can sit down and...
I can't stand it now.
And honey, you want to help us with what we got?
Oh, that's just beautiful.
We did want to have some fun things with her, so we, wait a minute.
That nothing is with the red envelope.
Does that go with this?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Okay, what do I do first? Say Nonny. He wouldn't say Nonny, and today he did. Oh, yes, he did. He did.